Hello guys, Axina here again for another Kill the King tournament game. As you can see, we are on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and this is Team Break the Nexus versus Team, let me remember their name, Mouse Control. That is it. Now, you may remember Mouse Control from previous tours. They're a very good European amateur team, and I very much favour them in this matchup, but we shall see. Over here, on the blue team, which is Break the Nexus, we're going to have InSolo on the Kel'Thuzad. We're going to have Anzata as the Johanna, Ali Kuku as the Uther player, I'm Jeebus as the Azmodan, and Nibu Nuzu, what I'm just going to call Nibi, as the Vala down bottom. Now on the side of Mouse Control, we're going to have Zinwin on his Jaina. We're going to have Praydin, the support on the Brightwing, Griskel, Unubrak, Razalat as the Muradin, and Solid SMD down bottom as the Zagara. Now Razalat is normally the tank member of Mouse Control, but we shall see what Griskel is able to do on that Gonna have a big engagement very early on here between both teams. Kel'Thas actually getting caught out, getting stunned a lot by both the tanks on the side of Mouse Control, and going to be able to get picked up here. Mouse Control taking an early lead with that one kill. See how they favour. Now, going to go over the talents here. We're going to have Taste for Blood by the Azmodan. Quite predictable. Very, very common to take. Multi-shot build coming out from Vala. Conjurer's Pursuit. Knight takes Pawn, as well as Mana Magic. We're going to have Scouting Drone, a little bit interestingly, on Brightwing. Scouting Drone very, very good, especially with all on this map, with all of these shadowy areas, all these smoked areas to try and scout out onto the Scouting Drone. He's going to have Perfect Storm, permanent damage increase on Muradin's hammer. Zagara's going to take Reconstitution, so extra health regen on creep. In fact, we're going to have a little engagement here. Uther getting caught out here. Razalat doing a lot of damage with his Muradin, stunning out as well as the Nubrak stuns. Going to pick up the Uther. That's going to be a second kill to the side of Mouse Control. Beetle build coming out of the Nubrak, and that deep chill by the Jaina, who is taking a lot of damage from the Kel'Thas in fact. Going to have Razalat on that Muradin come up to the top lane in order to help push that out with the Jaina against the Kel'Thas. Meantime, the bottom matchup, Vala versus Zagara, is going to favour Zagara most of the time, and as you can see, she is in fact putting a lot of pressure and pushing power into that Zagara. Solid SMD doing very well at doing some good damage to the Vala, although with the little rotation of the Uther there, a lot of that damage is going to get healed up. Sorry, my camera work is a little bit shaky there. Nobody soaking top lane for now. On the side of Mouse Control, I should really get onto that, but the creeps are going to get killed and cleaned up, and then Zinwin's just going to come up on that Jaina and clear up that quick wave. So no experience lost there. Very well played by them. They do have an experience advantage of close to a level. Move my microphone, I apologise. And yeah, just more of these 4v3 and 3v3 engagements happening in mid lane. Bottom, not much is happening. Push is happening, as well as ammo soaking, which is really, really well played here by the Zagara. Soak the ammo off those buildings so that when it comes to pushing, the creep wave will last much, much longer. We're going to have a bit of engagement up top here. A little bit of trades, nothing drastic by either team, but in fact, Uther getting a bit aggressive, but again, nothing going to come out there. Good stun there by the Johanna on the Jaina and the Muradin. Not much going to come off the back of that again. Neither team really willing to commit to this. Mouse Control playing very, very safe, very well so far, and Break the Nexus learning from their early mistakes and giving up those 2 kills. Whereas that coming in on the Muradin to stop the hand in. Well played by him. Meanwhile, Zagara's going to get a hand in whilst the Nubrak soaks that bottom lane.
Hatred must be tempered by
Gonna have the Jaina come and again with that increased blizzard radius, come and clear out mid quite happily and get those gems for Team Mouse Control. Nubrak's gonna turn around and hand in his, whilst Sakara then soaks. A good little swap out by the bugs that are in love. I'm actually going to see how many stacks the Asmodan has. He's got 66, which is actually not too bad. Very, very good combination with the Asmodan is the Johanna with that Knight takes pawn. Because Knight takes pawn, a wave, and then the Asmodan can basically clear it out with his Wave of Annihilation, getting those stacks as quickly as possible. Going to have a full hand in here for the side of Mouse Control. Basically, top lane's going to be completely ignored. Muradin and the Web Weaver going to be doing as much as they can there. Mid lane's going to be a 4v3. Numbers in favour of Break the Nexus. In the meantime, Kael'thas is going up against the Zagara. Kael'thas a bit of a better counter than the Butler is against that Zagara. Bit of engagement here mid. Web Weaver's going to die, and they are quite low on side of Mouse Control, but a couple stuns coming out, catching out the Varla, doing some decent damage. Nothing more off the back of that though. Meanwhile, the Web Weaver in top is going to be cleared up as we have a full rotation here from Break the Nexus. And the Kael'thas has cleared out the Web Weaver in bottom. It lasted a decent amount of time, did a decent amount of push. Basically got the wolves in every single lane. And that's going to further extend Mouse Control's experience advantage. They should hit level 10 before Break the Nexus. And they're looking for, let's see how many gems they've got. They have a lot of gems here. So I can just see at the top here, 68 on the side of Break the Nexus and 44 in total. Sorry, 44 in total. Now 30 for the side of Mouse Control. Johanna using her glare, her blinds to clear out some of the Zagara's creep. As soon as it becomes level 10, I will catch everyone up on the Tanzania. A little bit of engagement here. Johanna able to run away, get stunned by the Nubrak, but not much more off the back of that. Meanwhile, Praedon on that right wing, just soaking, getting ready to phase shift in should his team need it. Level 10 comes out here for Mouse Control. We're going to get Gust of Healing on the right wing along with the Promote again. Promote being favoured here by right wing players this tournament. Because Promoted Catapult's going to be doing a lot of work. Blink Heal coming out. Muradin just dwarf tossing himself away from danger. Thunderburn. So the double Thunder Clap on the Muradin. Plus Piercing Bolt. And Avatar. Very, very usual talents to take there. Venom Spines plus Endless Creep. Endless Creep's a good one to see. I think it provides not only obviously the huge amount of vision and creep that it provides, but it's just really good on this map with all those shadow like smoky places, which is why the scouting drones from Brightwing are a good choice. Although I've not really seen many go up. Devouring Maw as well, of course, being the ultimate taken. Full Beetle build plus Locust Swarm for Nubarak and Deep Chill, Snowstorm and Frostbitten. With that Water Elemental for the Jaina. Asmodan, we're going to have a completely standard build come out for him. The Taste for Blood, Bound Minion, Infernal Globe, and then Blackpool. For that extra damage, extra wave clear, I'm going to actually check how many points he's on right now. And 144, he's doing pretty well for himself. So yeah, that's working out okay for the side of Break the Nexus. Varla going to go for Composite Arrow and the grenades on her multi-shot, as well as Searing Attacks, which is a bit more of a right-click oriented talent. Maybe a questionable choice, but we'll see. And a Rain of Vengeance over the strafe there from Varla. Protective Shield and Cleanse coming out for the Uther completely makes sense. So many stuns on the side of Mouse Control that Cleanse is almost needed. Couple that with a Divine Shield and somebody is not going to be able to be killed for a short while. Maybe even two people. Johanna, Laws of Hope, that better first aid, plus the Sins Exposed. And Blessed Shield coming out as the ultimate for Johanna, as well as, of course, the Phoenix. The Phoenix Fission Bomb, gathering power for that. Yes. Web Weavers again spawned for mouse control, able to get another hand in. In fact, we have 100, almost 110 gems on the side of Break the Nexus. They just simply cannot break, forgive the pun, the stranglehold that mouse control will have on them. Gonna have a bit of engagement here. In fact, actually, Johanna coming in, doing some good work, stunning out the Murden and the Anubarak. Murden dropping very, very low, popping Avatar. Now just to survive, but in the background get Kael'thas taking a huge amount of damage from the Jaina, from the Brightwing, from the Zagara, and in fact it's going to fall on the backline, as is the Uther, as is Johanna, getting caught out, the solo survivor, after the Vala barely escaped on any health, and the Azmodan not there for that fight. It means mouse control going to take the keep bottom, and then probably rotate up top and take that keep, potentially even use this opportunity to get another hand in of the 48 that they currently have. Only 47 now after losing a huge amount, basically 60. Yeah, I think it was exactly 60 gems down in bot lane in that fight, most of them being on Johanna. Very, very unfortunate for Break the Nexus. And we're going to see they are, Break the Nexus are just gathering as 5 a lot more now. Mouse control will definitely have an advantage over them. They have an experience advantage, they have a talent advantage, and they have a fort advantage. Yes, they've handed in twice, so they won't be able to hand in as cheaply constantly anymore. But almost enough gems on the side. Wow, the Azmodan doing a lot of damage with that Blackpool now. It's up to 232. Getting really, really good stacks out here, and that's probably going to be a downfall for mouse control if they let this game last too much longer. An attempted hand in there for Break the Nexus. None of them going to be handed in. A little bit of an exchange here. Some damage being traded both ways, mostly onto the side of mouse control. Whereas Razalat though with his trade will be able to heal that up very quickly on the Morgan. Brian going to pop her Soothing Mist. What's it called actually? The Gust of Healing. Sorry, Soothing Mist is the actual name for trait, I believe. Please don't say I got that wrong. It would be very important, as I am a Brightwing name. Very embarrassingly important. Azmodan still just clearing out waves entirely with a single globe. And we get a third hand in for mouse control. Third set of Web Weavers are going to descend, and if they win a fight, if they take a keep here, potentially win a fight in doing so, that we definitely see them turning around and taking the boss after the Web Weavers have gone. That'd be very, very nice to see. Oh god, I missed a kill there. The Azmodan's actually going to get picked up there, probably from a jump in from the Muradin, plus the stuns of the Anubarak. That burst damage from the Jaina. Phoenix coming out, good zoning Phoenix from the Kael'thas. Not doing a huge amount of damage, but scaring mouse control away, at least for a little bit. Zimmer taking a lot of damage here on the back, actually, on that Jaina. As soon as Ignite comes in, though, however, that Kael'thas is going to do a huge amount of damage. In fact, the Zagara falling very, very low, along with the Muradin. Mouse control just disengaging quite happily here, and potentially going to rotate to the top lane. Or at least disengage and escape with their lives quite happily. Nice triple impale there from the Anubarak. Not much going to happen off the back. Last Web Weaver going to get cleared up here. Razat's actually going to jump in on that Muradin, try and get a stun off on the Kael'thas, not able to do so. Going to hit the gate instead. We're going to have another little engagement, another push out here from mouse control. Phoenix zoning again. Kael'thas doing a lot of work for his team. I'm going to quickly show you level 16 talents. We're going to have, obviously, the Stoneform coming out from Muradin, that huge heal. Ice Block and Criterize coming out from the Brightwing. Thunderstrike from the Muradin, makes sense. Mutalisk plus Brood Expansion, typical for Zagara. Potentially could see the extra damage and range on Hunter Killer, but no Mutalisk for clearing out those waves. Kael'thas actually going to get caught out here. Fantastic slows by the Jaina, plus the jump in for the Muradin and the Anubarak. Going to kill out the Kael'thas, and that's a lot of Break the Nexus damage gone. Spell Shield and Blood for Blood for the Anubarak, a full-on tank build, and we're going to have Sprint plus Northern Exposure for the Jaina. Potential defense for Break the Nexus here as a keep falls in middle. Asmodan's doing a really, really large amount of damage now. He's almost on 300, 298 damage out from the Asmodan now. Just doing a lot. Especially with those Blackpool, the Knight takes pawn, Global Annihilation stacks. It's just doing a lot of work. No attempts at boss here from Mouse Control, or from either team really. Wonder if we'll potentially see that soon. Still a hefty level advantage, experience advantage from Mouse Control. And that talent advantage is, as Break the Nexus haven't got level 16 yet. And they're trying to hand in again, but straight away Jaina is there, able to stop them handing in. Not had a single hand in on Break the Nexus yet, and that's really hurting them. They've not pushed and taken any forts whatsoever. It's looking pretty bad for Break the Nexus here at this point. Let me zoom out. I've forgotten to do that all game. I do apologise. Gonna have the Brightwing come down and bribe the siege camp down the bottom, which is going to help push and potentially even put some damage onto this keep. None has been done to it so far. Mouse Control guarding the hand-in locations, doing their best to stop. Excuse me. Doing their best to stop Break the Nexus getting any leverage, trying to get any advantage whatsoever. Big push happening top here now. Sorry, I'm just lubricating your vocal pipes. Big push happening top here. Onside Mouse Control. We're going to be able to clear up and take this wall really, really quickly. With Jaina's chill effect actually affecting buildings now as a result of a couple patches ago. Scouting drone going up from the Brightwing. Interesting choice of location. Maybe just to cover their retreat. Johanna's actually going to come in and do some decent zoning with her condemn. Not going to get caught in the more, but the more and that disengage is going to be able to. The Mouse Control can disengage and not lose anybody, and having done decent damage to that keep, plus taking out the entirety of the wall. Some more gems to be handed him by Mouse Control. Just constantly handing in those gems, stopping Break the Nexus from handing in any whatsoever. Oh, Grizzkill on the Anubrak. Maybe getting caught out there a little bit, but able to just burrow charge himself away. Pretty safe there. Jeebus missing a Global Annihilation. Yeah. Hatred must be tempered by discipline. In fact, I do want to see how much he's got right now. He's got 380 damage on this Global Annihilation. Creating a little bit of creep here. But that's another full hand-in for Mouse Control. I don't know what Break the Nexus can do at this point. Mouse Control are just absolutely dominating them. 7 kills to 0. Nobody has died on Mouse Control yet. But, wow, 1,200 damage from the Asmodan now onto the Zagara. Gonna start to become a real problem if they don't end the game anytime soon. But will that even matter with one keep down mid, potentially another keep down top here with the Web Weaver coming in with a full push? Be interesting to see. Jeebus preparing that Blackpool, throwing out Global Annihilation, clearing out the entire wave. Wow. Anubrak getting caught up there, getting slowed quite a lot, but no commitment, no attempt at a kill. Going to come up there. Jaina, the Blizzard. Fantastic Flame Strike out from the Kel'Thas there. Able to land on 3, plus a Phoenix to follow the stuns from the Johanna and that extra damage, meaning that the Anubrak will be cleared up. The rest of Mouse Control being worn down and now just going to have to back out and retreat as quick as they can. Minimise their losses as the first death on the side of Mouse Control. And this might signal a good chance for Break the Nexus to get finally get a hand in the next 5 seconds. So, level 16 talents for Break Nexus. We've got double blood for blood, full multi-shot build, sorry, for Vala, double blood for blood on the Vala and the Asmodan. Gonna get a hand in here from Jeebus, or attempted. not quite successful. And I don't really like the fact that Mouse Control are trying to contest this here. That's that on the Murden, able to dwarf toss himself out. But getting slowed, potentially gonna die here, taking a lot of damage. The Flame Strike from the Kael'thas comes out, hits on Zinwin on that Jane, and she can take a huge amount of damage. But that should be, and is, a full hand-in finally for Break the Nexus. Let's see if they can actually do something here. Meanwhile, Praeton's just backdooring up top, takes the fort up, so he takes a keep up top. And that is the end of that. There's 2 lanes completely gone in favour of Mouse Control against Break the Nexus. We're going to have Benediction plus Spell Shield coming out from Uther, trying to make himself a little bit tankier. Benediction, a fantastic talent. Holy Renewal, the heals off Shield Glare, plus Burning Rage from the Johanna, and the double Flame Strike talents at 13 and 16 for the Kingdoms. Level 20 now out for Mouse Control. We're going to have Storm Shield on the Brightwing, Hardened Shield on both the Nubrak and the Murden, and a Bolt of the Storm for the defensive capabilities on the Zagara and the Jaina. 1,365 damage now coming out of the Azmodan. How many stacks is he on? 460. That is just getting silly. Almost absolute max stacks. Bit of engagement here. Johanna gets a good stun off on the 2 tanks of Mouse Control. Decent Rain of Vengeance actually, but the Locust Swarm comes out for a Nubrak, meaning that any damage onto him completely clean up. Great polymorph on the Uther. He's going to die on the back. He's going to get very, very low. Divine Shield himself, potentially get out of here. The Zagara is actually going to take a lot of damage from the Flame Strike. But the Johanna's going to die after that early Vala pick-off in the fight. And in fact, Uther's still taking a lot of damage. The chase is still happening. We're going to have another polymorph on the Uther, and he's going to be able to heal himself and back up under this. Potentially an overextension here from the Praeton Brightwing. Going to get picked up, and wow, a double kill by the Globe of Annihilation from the Azmodan. And the Zagara is going to get picked up by the Core. That was a very, very questionable move there. Griskel on the Nubrak, barely surviving, just able to get out there in time, and the Murden just running away. As I was saying, the Azmodan, who is on almost the max 500 stacks, 500 damage, will just start to get out of hand as this game goes on and on and on. I'm starting to fear a little bit for Mouse Control after that. They took a fantastic engagement, and then the Azmodan just from base Blackpool and one-shot almost from half health 2 of Mouse Control's heroes, and the third one died off the back. We're going to see Break the Nexus actually here take a almost quite risky boss, but they can see that the 2 currently living members of Mouse Control are bottom, so this is quite safe. All 3 heroes who died from Mouse Control coming back up at the same time. But it looks like Break the Base are going to get this. Boss falling very, very quickly, and that's that. Boss taken for the side of Break the Nexus. And with the boss taken, a hasty retreat is going to be needed out of Mouse Control. And they do successfully do that, so not much of an issue. And now I'm going to quickly show you level 20 talents for Break the Nexus. We're going to have triple Bolt of the Storm. Wow. That positioning for the Vala, Azmodan, and the Kael'thas, as well as the upgraded as well as the Indestructible for Johanna, and the Redemption for Uther. So if both Uther or Johanna die, they're going to come back effectively. Obviously the Uther actually does die and then come back, and Johanna, upon taking fatal damage, gains a max health shield, which is just absurd. Hard camp going to be taken here as well by Break the Nexus. Doing very well to try and come back in this game. They've held on really, really solidly, and in fact there is a keep down bottom for Mouse Control. Gonna have Mouse Control's Brightwing just managed to phase shift out before dying. Very, very close call there. What I think I'd like to see now out of Break the Nexus to try and come back and win this. Obviously take the siege camp, take their hard camp, but I think wait for another push and engagement from Mouse Control and win a fight at the base. That's what I think I'd like to see. If they win another fight at their base, then they're laughing. Then again, saying that, if they lose the fight at their base, that's it. The opponents are already at their base. As long as the Azmodan wins, though, as you can see, he does so much. Couple that with the Kael'thas's Flame Strikes, and they have so much damage in the form of In Solo and I'm Jeebus on that Azmodan Kael'thas. So much burst damage. I'm actually getting really, really worried. I think Praydin on that Brightwing, Jaina, and even the Zagara will just get one shot if they get hit by Verdant Sphere's Flame Strike plus a Globe of Annihilation from the Black Queen. That's starting to get really, really scary, actually. Gonna have a second hand in. About time for Break the Nexus. Web Weavers coming in. Gonna have a Globe of Annihilation expended on just a Creep Tumor, and that's gonna bite the Asmodan in a really, really bad way. He's gonna get mauled and then taken out, but he's surviving. He's just able to bolt himself out, and in fact, Murden's gonna be taking a huge amount of damage here from the engagement. Divine Shield on the Asmodan, so he's going to be able to run away. Polymorph on Johanna, so she's getting caught out a little bit. And both teams are actually dropping quite low. Asmodan, that Globe of Annihilation, doing so much damage. Murden actually almost falling here, having to Dwarf Toss himself out on very, very low health. But we are going to get a death from the Uther, who will revive as soon as his death. And the Globe of Annihilation lands on 4 and does so much damage. That basically means that Mouse Control have to back off. They cannot fight this anymore. They're too low. Too low health, too low mana. And Break the Nexus, lose 1, who's going to come back very, very momentarily. In fact, he is already back, it's just bugged out here on the replay. They lose 1, who does come back, so they don't actually have... It's not even a 4v5 for the side of Mouse Control. Those Globe of Annihilations are just doing way too much damage. You can see they do have that full max stack. And yeah, in fact, even the amount of the experience is evened up quite heavily. I'm going to show you the damage done. I mean, Asmodan has overtaken the Zagara now, and obviously is more than the Jaina. But that Kael'thas's hero damage is just getting silly. Jaina getting caught out here, getting hit by the shield. In fact, whoa! Hit by Globe of Annihilation, takes her down by about half her health in a single hit. Continue to be stunned out by the Condemn, and then just blown up. That Flame Strike coming out from the Kael'thas as well. I don't even think it was needed, but it happened, and she was dead. She couldn't even bolt in the Storm out of there quick enough, which means this is going to be a 5v4 in favour of Break the Nexus. Great Globe of Annihilation coming out from Iron Divas there. Hitting on 3, doing a lot of damage. Condemn. Johanna getting quite aggressive. Razak taking on the Murden, taking a lot of damage. Not getting hit by that Globe of Annihilation, but being hit by the Flame Strike prior to that, and the second Flame Strike. Wow, he's just taking so much damage. Can't wait till the rolls tab, the rolls section comes out in the new patch, because I'd love to know how much damage the Murden has taken and barely survived on. It's not very many times he's only barely survived, I tell you. In fact, he's not died, so yeah. And I was highlighting up here because the boss is spawning back again. That's something potentially Break the Nexus would want to take. Not taking their hard camp. I think there's lots of pings out from Break the Nexus for the hard camp of Mouse Control. That's like getting hit by another blow. He's just dropped so low. Murden is one of the tankiest heroes in the game. He has 6,000 health. Just flat. Avatar that up as well. 6,300 now that both teams have just hit level 23. You've got to avatar that up as well, and he hits like 7,500 health, if not more. Hard camp taken by Break the Nexus against Mouse Control. Mouse Control hard camp taken. And see, Break the Nexus or move up potentially to gesture and try and take the boss, and if not take it, then at least make a bait. But don't see either side falling for that or trying to commit to a boss or anything. Going to have the exact hand in here from Mouse Control in order to get the Web Weavers come down, and that will hopefully push and eventually maybe even take this call, but they will spawn all the way back over here, which is a really, really bad spot for it to be in. In the meantime, we have Break the Nexus coming in from the top, trying to push this out as much as they can. Bit of a split up here from Mouse Control, but nobody going to get caught out, no damage going to be done. And the Web Weavers are in, and I think Break the Nexus can just back off, kill the Web Weavers, and then look to sit somewhere here and have the Asmodan just blow this up. And I'm fearful that Mouse Control can't do anything about it. Mouse Control showed absolute dominance all game long, but the Asmodon combo is just so... The Asmodon Johanna combo is just so strong, does so much damage. One empowered Flame Strike with the Verdant Spheres from Kel'Thas, plus the Globe of Annihilation, did 2/3 if not 3/4 of a Nubarak's health. I feel like the way Mouse Control could get back into this, I mean they're by no means out, but I feel like the way that Mouse Control don't throw this game, don't lose at this point, is wait for a push, and I genuinely mean wait for a push by Break the Nexus, because then the Asmodon's positional advantage won't be all that great. In fact, we're going to have a fantastic Globe out there, demounting Zagara and the Nubarak. Zagara's actually going to get picked up there, super bursted down quickly. We're going to have the Verdant Sphere's Flame Strike come out to land on her, as well as the Rain of Vengeance from the Vala. Vala's not someone who's spoken about much at all, but she's been doing decently here at 52,000 damage. She's almost equal, in fact she's above the highest damage dealer, which is the Zagara on the team, on the side of Mouse Control. Bring up the stat screen again here. 323,000 damage done by the siege damage done by the Asmodon. Again, that Kel'Thas's damage with the Ignite and the Flame Strikes, just doing so much work, so much damage all game long. Brightly's done a huge amount of healing, but it's just not enough if you go from 100% to 0 in a single skill rotation. Now, potentially we're going to see the new Black Court down here, but no, the Asmodon always in a potentially very, very bad position. But it looks like the Razalat and the Muradin and the Jaina are the ones in the bad position, and Muradin's just going to get picked up there for free. Good positioning, good protecting of the Asmodon by Break the Nexus. Jaina had to back off and Hearthstone back to base, so she wasn't too bad for her. But now it is a 5v4. We'll potentially see the full hand in here for Break the Nexus. And that means the Web Weavers are going to come in. They're not going to land all that rapidly, but they should, in all three lanes, start to push the base almost quite quickly. Here. So potentially the Web Weaver drop around here in the top lane. I'm a bit worried about Mouse Control's positioning here. As, are they going to try and backdoor? Is this a backdoor desperation attempt? Oh god, they're really far away from their base. Break the Nexus can just go in and go straight for the core. But no, it looks like they're backing off. It looks like it looks like this. Oh god, I don't know what's happening with Mouse Control's positioning. This looks drastically awful for them. Then again, saying that might actually be the smartest play that they've done all game. They baited back the Hearthstones on the side of Break the Nexus, which meant that the push isn't going to be all that strong. Then again, the Jaina just gets picked up. She put herself in a bad position, and not even Bolt of the Storm was able to save her. And that means that the Jaina's going to fall, and again, it's a 4v5. Mouse Control are at a disadvantage here. The Web Weavers are all cleaned up, so that's okay. But the Globe of Annihilation is just doing so much damage to the core, chunking it down really heavily from in the background there. Brightman coming in, popping the Storm Shield, keeping her team alive as best as possible, but just full focus on the core. On the team to Break the Nexus, Mouse Control dominating the entire early game, and Break Nexus come from behind with a super powerful Asmodon, plus the Kel'Thas, all the damage in the world. And that is going to be Break the Nexus, go through, beating out potentially who I expected to do very, very well, if not win this tournament, Mouse Control. In round 1, fantastic play by Break the Nexus. Well done to them and their captain, Jeebus. Good draft, especially with the Johanna Asmodon. I've been Axilla for eSports Wall. If you'd like to follow them, this tournament was all set up and organised by them. They're on Twitter at eSports Wall, and you can follow me on Twitter as well. I'm at I'm at Stefan Heroes. Those links will both be in the description. Thanks for watching, and until next time.